Welcome to another do-it-yourself video by Hogo on the HDS EDC flashlight. We're going to learn today how to replace the bezel. There's a few things that you're going to want for this, okay? Just keep them handy because you just may need them. So, and if things get really bad, just keep that there. All right. Now, so for whatever reason you decided to get a different bezel for your HDS EDC flashlight. First thing we want to do is unscrew your bezel assembly like so. Okay. Now, the bezel is usually going to come out with the reflector like this. Now, do not touch the LED. Whatever you do, do not touch this. This is bad. Okay, so put that aside. Take your bezel. As you can see, there's an O-ring around it. This is actually your reflector assembly. If you're extremely strong, you're going to be able to unscrew this. Otherwise, take one of your tools, maybe something like this, and if you have some rubber, a little bit of leather around, I happen to have a little of that, get a good grip on that piece, which is your reflector. I guess that's not a good grip. Oh, well, forget that. I don't care. We're going to grab hold of this. Don't do this without something to protect your light. Alright, I need both hands for this. There we go. Now, if you don't want to muck up your threads, don't do it that way. Use a piece of leather, use a piece of rubber, something in there. There we go. We're unscrewing the reflector assembly from the head. There we go. Now, you notice in your reflector assembly, you do not want to touch anything in here, okay? Because you're going to muck it up really bad. So don't touch anything in there. You won't ever get your fingerprints out. You'll notice there's an O-ring, and that goes in a little groove around the reflector. I suggest you use a toothpick or something like that so that you're not touching that reflector, because you're going to muck it up. Inside your bezel, if you can see, there is an O-ring in there. So, we're going to drop our lens out. Do not touch your lens. Do not get it all greased up with your fingers. There's an O-ring in the bottom of your reflector. Get that out. Let's see. Let's grab something really sharp so we can scratch stuff up. There we go. Okay. So there's an O-ring in the bottom of that. You're going to pull that out. Grab your new reflector. Take your O-ring. Put it in there. Let's see. Oh, here's an O-ring. We'll just put that in the bottom. Okay. So as we see, there's no lens in there. Okay, then we're going to drop our nice clean lens on the top of this. As you can tell, that already has the O-ring in it. Kind of tap that down, and we're going to screw this back together. And try not to cross thread it, that would be bad. We screw this back together, and we put that then back onto our flashlight. So, that's how you're going to do it. But I would suggest you're a little more careful than I was doing it. So, I think it's time for rum.